My warm hello to all future IS, IPS, IRS, as I wish everyone who has been appearing in this exam must come in the All India services, and those people who have not and who are listening to this, watching this, they must also get inspiration from these discussions, and they will have one kind of direction in their mind that the exam is asking the basic questions, testing your knowledge. It's not like beyond your reach or anything which you don't know may be asked. Yes, few of the questions are there, especially like you can say one or two question in every part, which is not common. But basically, most of the questions, around 80 to 90% questions are common. What I have suggested in my teaching career to all students, wherever I took the classes. At Vanik also I'm taking the classes history. So there also I got to the students, and one more thing in a specialty in history, what don't take it as my confidence, ego, take it as confidence. Whatever we teach, I teach in the class. From there around 80 to 90% questions comes in preliminary given in the class notes, and in mains it's concept based. There are almost around 100% questions what the candidates can take up. Okay, so I am here for the history part discussion without delaying the time and without taking your much more time. I'm starting the questions. This year they had asked around 16 questions from history. All questions were expected except one or two. Like the very first question, set D, whatever the set we have, from there the first question starts. Sedition has become my religion was the famous statement given by Gandhiji at the time of. There are four options, all of you know. Now see how to tackle the question. Answer I can tell you in one line. This is Champaran Satyagraha. A. But once many candidates who have gone through the Champaran Satyagraha, which held in 1917, it is the first Satyagraha of Gandhiji in India. There the Gandhiji went because they are the local leaders, especially Rajkumar Shukla, Anugrah Narayan Sinha, and several other leaders who called Gandhiji to come to see the conditions of the indigo planters in Champaran. Champaran, the place is in Bihar, still in Bihar. So there the Gandhiji was going, and Gandhiji first went with, that time Dr. Rajendra Prasad was also with Gandhiji. And Gandhiji started inquiring that what actually is the problem with the indigo planters there. And in that case, when Gandhiji came to know, yes, there was a planting thing and the problem is there of forced labor. And there was one very basic aspect which is referred by the indigo planting by the Britishers in all over India by different name. That is known as Tinkatia system. There the Gandhiji thought to start the pressurizing the British because his method was Satyagraha, and Satyagraha is the combination of many things, like one is truth, another is principles of Gandhiji. In that principles, non-cooperation, civil disobedience movement, quit. So on that we will come to the another question, what is there. So see, if you are seeing the launch of the Quit India movement, there also you can expect the Gandhiji had given this slogan. But the Quit India movement launch, Gandhi's famous slogan is do or die. Attending the second roundtable conference in London, roundtable conference was the outcome of civil disobedience movement. What was the Gandhian movement from 1930 to 1934? So it can't be there. Third, publicly violating salt law at Dandi. These are the two thing which is from one incident. So B and C cannot be there. For those journal Hindu Swaraj, and thereafter when he took up the Young India, in which he was constantly writing that sedition has become my religion. Sedition here is to oppose the government, and the government which brought the law of sedition in 1898 to arrest Bal Gangadhar Tilak. That is why he has started using this particular thing, sedition. That means against the government. So hopefully you may get the answer here is the Champaran Satyagraha. Now see the next one. What is the question? The famous female figure known as the dancing girl. It's a very easy question. All of you know it is a bronze statuette. Dancing girl founded in 1926 when there was the excavation of the Mohenjo-daro was going on, And the person who actually is related to this foundation, his name is Ernest Mackay. Ernest Mackay, Ernest Macay. Actually, this is expressing the cultural epitome of the Harappan civilization. When we go and see the art and culture, the bronze dancing girl statue is shown like left hand is straight and the right hand is on the waist. And the figurine is made in this particular condition that it is heavily ornamented. So the representation of the modern technique like metallurgical science, mixing the two metals and then coming to the bronze, is also expressed in this. So it was, I think, the easiest question this time asked by UPSC. Coming to the third question, who provided legal defense to the people arrested in the aftermath of Chauri Chaura incident? Now see, all of you, there is a controversy in history about the Chauri Chaura incident date. What I am pinpointing? Date. Earlier, the historians have written about this date was 5th February 1922. Now, thereafter, many researches were on, and now the date accepted is 4th February 1922. What happened in Chauri Chaura? It's very common, but still, I am saying in one line that our Satyagrahis, our freedom fighters, have burned one police chowki, police thana, and almost 22 people were killed. There was the inspector named Gupteshwar Singh who was present there, and in that case many people were arrested. It is the part of non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement is started by Gandhiji in 1920, but it was launched by the Khilafat platform in 1920 August. Later on, Congress endorsed it. There was a long story behind it, that there was two senior leaders along with the many senior leaders who were present, and they were non-accepting. They were not accepting the Gandhian movement of non-violence and satyagraha. Actually, they were apprehensive that whether it will work or not. Their methodology was different. In that senior leaders, two of the name is given here, C.R. Das and Madan Mohan Malviya. Both were countering Gandhiji. So at that point of time, Gandhiji thought to have acceptance with the Khilafat committee. And then the Khilafat committee gave platform to the Gandhiji, and Gandhiji launched non-cooperation movement. Meanwhile, when the movement started, the Chauri Chaura incident happened in 4th February 1922. Now we have to take the date 4th February 1922. Chauri Chaura is in Uttar Pradesh state, Gorakhpur district. There, the first person who was arrested in this movement was C.R. Das. Now the question is, who provided legal defense? Now, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. That time, Muslim League was also active. Muslim League was formed in 1906 December. Muhammad Ali Jinnah during the non-cooperation movement had got some disenchantment. You can see he lost his interest in the politics of Muslim League or in the politics of Congress. So he was non-active since 1920. So Jinnah cannot be there. Saifuddin Kichlu was also a lawyer, but Khwaja Hassan Nizami was basically a Sufi saint. Saifuddin Kichli was arrested. All of you, all of you have heard the incident happened. Jallianwala Bagh incident, 1919. Before that, Saifuddin Kichlu was arrested. C.R. Das. C.R. Das was also the eminent barrister that time. But there is no evidence that C.R. Das was directly related to this legal defense of Chauri Chaura. So here, two people, Madan Mohan Malviya, and see the UPSC has what done. Full name has not given. Otherwise, it could have been a easy answer to the aspirants. His full name was Krishna Kant Malviya. He was the brother, second brother. That means Madan Mohan Malviya's uncle's son was Krishnakant Malviya. And Krishnakant Malviya was also highly active between 1921 to 1931 in the freedom struggle. Thereafter also he was active, but not in the active politics. So here the correct answer is B. Why not C.R. Das? Because already I gave you the reasoning that C.R. Das is directly and effectively affected to that, or is not, evidence is not present. Actually, when the lower court has given the punishment hang till death to the 150 173 person who were arrested after the Chauri Chaura incident. It was Madan Mohan Malviya and Krishnakant Malviya who fought the case in the higher court, and then they got free almost more than 150 members, and only 19 people were given the hang till death punishment. So it was the greatest achievement of Madan Mohan Malviya and Krishnakant Malviya. And now here you see the Chauri Chaura incident word is given, but the government had changed the name Chauri Chaura Pratishodh, Chauri Chaura Swajagra. So answer here is B, Madan Mohan Malviya and Krishnakant. Now we are shifting to the next question. The question, you see how they are presenting the question. Subsequent to which one of the following event Gandhiji consistently opposed untouchability and appealed for the eradication from all spheres, decided to include the upliftment of Harijans in his political and social program. Question is like this, but here the clue given is Harijans. Harijan was the name given by Gandhiji not to the depressed classes. Harijan was given the name to all classes. That means Jana of Hari. Hari here is God. That means everyone is the same platform. Everyone is having the same status, and everyone is the child of the same God. So Harijana here is not expressing anything. The correct answer here is Poona Pact. Poona Pact, which was signed on 4th September 1932 between the British and the Indians, and 23 people signed this pact. What was Poona Pact? What was the outcome of the Poona Pact? Why Poona Pact was there? Because before that, conferences were arranged between 1930 to 1933 and 32, and there the British were trying to break the freedom struggle in the name of the caste also. So during the Poona Pact, before that, the McDonnell Award or Ramsay Award, you can say, or the Communal Award, you can say, there were the September. And in January 1933, Gandhiji started a weekly Harijan, and thereafter he started touring the India, all India, to make the India less effective on the caste system and caste exploitation. So the correct answer here is Poona Pact. These things cannot happen because Gandhi-Irvine Agreement had happened on the 5th March 1931, and in that agreement there was the political agreement. After that there was the three hanging of the our nationalists, arrest of Congress leadership at the time of the Quit India movement, no rational, because here in the Poona Pact, Harijan untouchability appealed for its eradication. So late it cannot happen, and promulgation of the Government of India Act 1935. Government of India Act 1935 was the outcome of the civil disobedience movement and the round table conferences and the Poona Pact, what had happened there. So the correct answer here is Poona Pact. Now we are coming to the next question. You see, this is one of the fixed question of the UPSC. Many times they have already asked papaya, pineapple, guava. How many of the above were introduced in India by the Portuguese in the 16th and 17th century? Actually, I am live through laptop, so I cannot see the board and other things. Otherwise, I would have asked the answer from you people. All the three. Answer is C. All the three. Papaya and guava. Both are from Central America. And it was in 16th century and 17th century first half brought by Portuguese. Now see the one of the dilemma that India is the leading producer of guava in the world. Leading producer. Pineapple was in the last of the 16th century brought by the Portuguese from Brazil, and thereafter these all three things come, and the answer should be C, all the three. Now coming to the next question, who among the following was the founder of the self-respect movement? It is also one of the very easiest question of the history. Here C and D, Bhaskar Rao Jadhav and Dinkar Rao Javalkar. These two people were from the Maharashtra in the first half of 20th century, and these two people were also belonging to the anti-Brahmanical movements. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar movement is very well known, Mahar Satyagraha and other type of movements. So correct answer here is Periyar, E.V. Ramasamy Naikar. Periyar is the nickname. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar was the nationalist who was the member of the Indian National Congress, and he was very active in the non-cooperation movement. He was also very active in the Vaikom Satyagraha, VAIKOM Satyagraha. It was the temple entry movement done by Gandhiji. Thereafter, Ramaswamy Naikar has felt that the Congress is dominated by the higher caste and there is less kind of thing and less kind of thinking for the lower caste. So Ramaswamy Naikar has resigned in 1924 the particular Congress membership, and thereafter in 1925 he started self-respect movement in Tamil Nadu. What is the state today? Tamil Nadu. Thereafter he started focusing his movement thoroughly anti-Brahmanism, thoroughly anti-Hinduism, because caste system is the part of Hinduism. And 1939 he went for the foundation of the Justice Party, and 1944 onwards the Justice Party gave birth to the two political parties in South India and Tamil Nadu, and both of the parties are still today DMK and AIADMK. So answer here is A, self-respect movement, Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Now see, following statements about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Possessed great love and respect for the traditional philosophical systems of the East, desired his countrymen to accept the rational scientific principle of human dignity and social equality of all men and women. Rajaram Mohan Roy, birth 1772, died 1833. He is the first social reformer in India. Not only social, religious, political, even you can say economic reformer. Get this point. Modern India, last of the 18th century and beginning of the 19th century, when the all world was turning towards the enlightenment concepts. What were the enlightenment concepts? These were the enlightenment concepts. Rational thinking, that means logical thinking. Scientific approach, that means cause and effect. That means if anything is happening, why it is happening. Suppose we are saying that the one of the element is getting dropped to the earth when we leave it. Why? Gravity. So Rajaram Mohan Roy was of the opinion that whatever is useful, that should be tested on these approaches, and then if it is still testful, it is useful, then it should be accepted, otherwise it should be left. Social equality, because he was primarily a social reformer, and social equality, what we are talking here, what Rajaram Mohan Roy was talking, basically the caste based inequalities, basically the gender based inequalities, and several other kind of inequalities which can be related to the caste, gender and religion. All such aspects should be there. So in this statement there is no confusion that whether it is correct or not. Now see, Rajaram Mohan Roy was supporting this approach, but Rajaram Mohan Roy was not totally opposing the traditional approach. But here what the UPSC has done in this question, possessed great love and respect. Rajaram Mohan Roy had never possessed the great love and respect for philosophical systems of the East. And here you mind it, East is not only India. East is also, here is the Asian portion, like Islam was also there. Rajaram Mohan Roy was having his faith in the philosophy of Vedanta. Vedanta, end of the Vedas, that is basically Upanishadic system. Actually, all of our philosophical system, what we are having, three, four primarily, Advait, Dvait, Vishishtadvait. All these three system have started from the Vedanta. And he was having faith in the Vedanta system, but he was not having the great love and respect for the traditional philosophical system of the East. So statement 1 is not correct here. Had it been, he was having the some belief in the traditional philosophical system of the East, that particular statement would have been correct. Getting this point. Later, Rajaram Mohan Roy achievements is basically he was the started organizing the socio-religious political reform movement. He established Atmeya Sabha, he established Brahmo Samaj, and from the Brahmo Samaj, Many of the social reformers of the 19th century, like Arya Samaj reforming, like you can say different type of smaller and great reforms started from the Raja Ram Mohan Roy's approach. So here answer is only two. B. Only two is correct. Only two. Here I gave you the reasoning. He was having the faith, but he was not having the great love and respect. Like he was saying that there should be monotheism. Vedanta is saying monotheism, formless God. He was opposing idol practice. He was opposing all those practices which was based on the caste system and which was not relevant. So he has the belief that we should only accept those things which are relevant today. So we cannot say that the first statement is correct. So here the correct answer is only 2. Now we are coming to the next question. This is again the very easy question. Following subject regarding non-cooperation program, boycott of law courts and foreign cloth. This is the first thing what the Gandhiji had formulated the program during the non-cooperation movement. Foreign cloth boycott was also there because the boycott concept was taken from the, there was a movement happened in the 1905 to 1908 in India. That movement is known as Swadeshi movement, and there the leadership was provided by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, and there they have Arvindo Ghosh. There they have adopted this boycott concept. So Gandhian methodology is the mixture of moderates plus extremists plus new elements. New elements was mixed by Gandhiji, was innovated by Gandhiji, but he had already taken all those particular legal principles, all those principles who were earlier statement. Answer is only 3, only C, because there was no concept of panchayat for settling disputes. Correct? Come to the next question. This is again the question which has been asked so many times. Araghatta. Araghatta is the Sanskrit name. Actually, what happened when the during the 7th century, when the medieval India started, and when the people started coming from the Arabic world, that time the technology, few technologies related to the agriculture, they were brought, and Indian economic system, which was very high during the post Maurya and Gupta system. That is the period corresponding from 200 BC to 200 BCE to 460 C, 460 AD. Thereafter, the economy was declining. Why declining? Because the outside trade was thoroughly disturbed and the economy was mostly hinging, mostly making itself developing on the agriculture. But agriculture, how it will take some advance, how agriculture can be made some advanced, progressive with some advanced technology. There the Persian wheel was brought, and in Sanskrit that name is given Araghatta. What was this wheel? A large wheel with earthen pots tied to the outer ends of its spokes. What happened during? There was an open space like suppose well or suppose some sort of lake. A wheel is constructed and this is the two round wheel, and every round there is the earthen pot is fixed. So wheel was going like this in the water and then the water is thrown up. So the irrigation became very high, and this technology has started making the development progress in the agriculture. So here the correct answer is large wheel with earthen pots tied to the outer ends of its spokes. Now see another question here, which is again very, you can say very expected question, because these are the questions one candidate has to go for every time whenever he is or she is appearing for the examination. Mattavilasa, Vichitra Chitra and Gunabhara. These rulers are from Pallava dynasties. Who were Pallavas? In ancient India especially and early medieval India. Feudatory were basically those people who were army generals, who may be very strong kind of rich person and was working under some ruler. That dynasty was weakening when they started slashing. That person developed, that person established their own dynasty in their title name. So Pallavas were the feudatories of Satvahana, and Pallava history is traced from 257 C. But 257 C to around 550 C, there is no specific evidence that they were the independent rulers. So after 550, the evidence comes that they were the independent rulers, and then they moved towards Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu. And the first founder name there was Simha Vishnu. And then the person came Mahendravarman I. Mahendravarman I ruling period was 600 to 630 C. Narsimvarman was after Mahendravarman I. Mahendravarman I was highly brave, highly political personality, highly cultural personality. He was a great painter, he was a great writer, he was a great architect of his time. So he wrote two of the play in Sanskrit. One is Matta Vilasa Prahasan. So his title was given Matta Vilasa. Matta Vilasa Prahasan is the play, act, book written by Mahendravarman I. Another is Bhagavata Jukka. Bhagavata Jukka. In Matta Vilasa, it is a kind of satire. Satire means comment. Like suppose you sing someone and you're not getting good vibes from that personality, you can say, oh, this is worse, this is that. So this is a kind of satire, and the satire is not on the person. This is satire on the religion. There is the sect Kapalik in the Shaivism. On that the satire is there, and Buddhism and Jainism. And a hero is found there. His name given by Mahendra Burman is Satya Soma, and that hero is drunk, all time drunk, taking liquor. That is why the name given is Matta Vilasa. Vichitra Chitra is curious mind. All time he was searching about everything. But one more title is there of Mahendra Burman one that may be asked in some future exams. Chitra Karpauli. Chitra Karpauli. Chitrakarpauli. Chitra Karpauli. So the correct answer here is Mahendra Varman 1. Now we come to the another Fa-hien or Fa-hien, the Chinese pilgrim traveled to India during the reign of which ruler? All of you know Chandragupta II. Chandragupta II ruling period is from 375 to 415. Get this point. And during this period, Chandragupta II was the son of Samudragupta. There was a very famous story related to the Chandragupta II and his brother Ram Gupta. We don't have to go to that story here. But Fa-hien was the person, Chinese traveler, who came to India on foot. He traveled the Silk Route and then reached to India in 399 C. He stayed in India till 409. Thereafter, he went to Sri Lanka for 2 years and then he went back. His book's name is Fugogi, Fugogi. His total period is from 337 to 422. He took birth in 337 and died in 422. His main purpose to come to India to learn about the Buddhism, because Buddhism was that time the religion which was expanding outside India also. First he came to the Patliputra, then he came to the many places, Kapilvastu, Bodh Gaya, then he gone to the Shravasti, Varanasi, Kushinagar, all places he visited. And in his book he referred about three main cities. One is Patliputra, another is Mathura, and the third is Kannauj. So a rich literature is given here, but mostly about the religion of Buddhism. After Chandragupta II, his son became the ruler, Kumar Gupta I, then Skandagupta. So correct answer here is Chandragupta II. Then see, who among the following led a successful military campaign against the kingdom of Srivijaya, the powerful maritime state ruled by the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, Java and the neighboring island. This is Southeast Asia island. Now, in such type of question in South India, if the concept is not very clear of any student because it is very complex, if you are not taught by the good mentor or good teacher, the correct political explanation there or to get the question is highly impossible. Pratap Rudradeva and Vishnu Vardhana, Kakatya and Hoysal. These are Kakatya was from 11th century to 14th century. Vishnu Vardhana was from 12th century to 14th century. Hoysal is in Karnataka, Kakatya, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. Amogvarsha was from Rashtrakuta kingdom. Rashtrakuta kingdom was never having the reach till the deep south. So how can they move to the Southeast Asia? It's very impossible. Amogvarsha ruling period was 814 to 868. Amogvarsha is also known as the Ashoka of South. In this point, he was highly politically established, but he was not having the chance to go and attack upon Srivijaya Empire. Prataprudra and Vishnuvardhan both were engaged with the Delhi Sultanate, because when they came, by that time the Delhi Sultanate reached in North India, and there one of the greatest ruler came. His name was Alauddin Khilji, and is one of the General Malik Kafur was invading many times to these two kingdoms. Then the option remain here is Rajendra I Chola. Rajendra I Chola was the son of Rajaraja Chola. 1014 to 1044 his ruling period. 1014 to 1044 his ruling period. He went there and he attacked upon Srivijaya Empire. That time the Srivijaya Empire capital was Kedah, Kedh, Kedah, and one of the very famous city was Pennai by Rajendra I. Why this is happening so? Because if you will see the map of India, that time the South India, if he wouldn't capture this particular thing, the Rajendra Chola or the Chola Empire would not have been able to trade with territorial regions. These are the rivers. Asmak on Godavari, this is correct. Kamboja on Vipasa. Vipasa is modern Bias. Kamboja was in northwest. Now it is a part of Pakistan and part of Afghanistan. Kamboja was not on Vipasa. Kamboja was on Kabul River. Kabul River. Avanti on Mahanadi. It's incorrect because Avanti was having two bifurcation. One bifurcation is North Avanti, another is South Avanti. North Avanti, the capital was Ujjain, and Ujjain was on Shipra River. South Avanti, the capital was Mahishmati, and Mahishmati is on the another river. Mahishmati is south is on the capital is Mahishmati, that is on Narmada River. So this is also incorrect. So these two are incorrect. Kosal. Kosal was on Saryu River. Kosal is in Uttar Pradesh, and that time the capital was Shravasti. So only first and four is correctly matched. Given are correctly matched. So answer should be B. Only two. Correct. Now see the next answer. The first Gandharva Mahavidyalaya. This is purely the question of GK, but we should know it. This is in Lahore by Vishnu Digambar Paluskar. He was the greatest musician of his time. On 5th May 1901, he settled up this Gandharva Mahavidyalaya at Lahore. You would have guessed in these Delhi, Gwalior, Ujjain. Actually, what happened when we go in for music in art and culture, music started with the Samveda, but by 16th, 17th century, music got bifurcated into two broader parts. One is Hindustani music, another is Carnatic music. Carnatic music gone into the South India, Hindustani music to North India. In Hindustani music, the person was very well known, Vishnu Digambar Paluskar, and he established the first Gandharva Mahavidyalaya at Lahore on 5th May 1901. His original name is Vishnu Digambar Gadgil, but his village was Palus, so his name is given Paluskar. Correct? Ashokan inscriptions suggest that the Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta were important officers at the district level administration. Answer is district level administration. Actually, the Ashokan empire was divided into center, province, district, village. There are four states. What we are having today: central government, state government, district government, and village government. So that time the central government was referred as capital or central administration, district provincial administration, then district administration, and then village. District level administration, Pradeshika was supposed to be the head, what will become the district magistrate. And Pradeshika was supposed to take the inspection after every 5 years of the all subordinate areas, whether the administration is going on good or not. If there is something to be improved, the responsibility was going to Pradeshika. Rajuka having many responsibilities like land related, birth death certification, territorial fixation. If two of the neighboring areas are fighting for any territorial dispute, Rajuka has to take up. Yukta was revenue officer. Yukta was revenue officer. And these three officers are mentioned in the fourth major rock edict of Ashoka. So answer is district level administration, and under district level administration there was the village level administration. There were many officers, but two officers were main in those village level administration. One was Gopa and another was Yukta. So Yukta was having district administration and village administration also. He was doing the village administration with the help of the subordinates. Getting this point? So here the correct answer is district level administration, B. Now see the last question for the UPSC, this time in the preliminary, what you have. Consider the following statements in respect of the non-cooperation movement. The Congress declared the attainment of Swaraj by all legitimate and peace to be its objective. It was to be implemented in stages with civil disobedience and non-payment of taxes for the next stage only in Swaraj did not come within a year, and the government resorted to the repression. Which of the given statements above is are correct? Now here I am telling you first the answer. Both 1 and 2. Now why 1? Because it is the statement given by the Gandhiji himself that by all legitimate and peaceful means we will bring Swaraj within 1 year. And what the principle of Gandhiji is Satyagraha. In that principle, he has formulated two specific concepts. One is non-cooperation and second is civil disobedience movement. And it is not told by Gandhiji, but most of the historical people and analytical people have told it that first to not to cooperate with the government, and non-cooperation is necessary to make the people less fearful in the context of the government, because the British government was highly repressive. And if the non-cooperation is successful, like when non-cooperation movement was done in India, there was the Chauri Chaura incident, so it was stopped. But what is the Gandhian principle? First see that. If the non-cooperation is successful, then the second stage in the same movement should be civil disobedience. That means disobey the law. That means as a principle, it is nowhere that it will be only implemented in 2 or 3 stages. It can be implemented in one stage if one state is going good. In India, what happened? Non-cooperation when happened, then the violence started. That is why it took 2 stages. Otherwise, it would have been implemented in single stage. And in November 1921, Gandhiji was with the other leaders were discussing to start the civil disobedience within non-cooperation movement. But because of this movement, this was stopped. So the first statement is correct and the second statement is also correct. What the principle of Gandhian principle, connection, non-cooperation and civil disobedience, what I suggested, what I told to you. Now it may be clear to all of you. Both 1 and 2 is the answer. So I think this is the question asked by UPSC. Thanks to all of you. अश्विन हो गया तो बंद करें क्या? अभी दिख तो नहीं रहा मैं. अब कितना 25-30 मिनट्स तो हो गया.